Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Doreen Scanlon. We start this noontime with the weather and take a live look outside right now with our sky cams. So nice and comfortable out there today. Chelsea is standing by with your first forecast. Hi there, Chelsea.
Hey, Doreen. Yeah, we're looking at a really nice start to our work week. You're seeing partly to mostly sunny conditions. Outside is nice and bright. It's mild and very comfortable right now. Those dew points are low for this time of year. In the mid-50s range, temperatures are in the upper 70s, so actually very similar to yesterday at this time, if not a degree or two cooler in a couple spots at the moment. What you're looking at on the satellite radar image is a mix of sun and clouds. That's how we'll stay for the remainder of the afternoon. You'll see a few more clouds thickening up as we head through the evening hours. You can see some rain down to our south. That misses us, though, and ends up pushing farther offshore. So what we're looking at as we head into the afternoon hours is those temperatures hovering around 80 degrees, partly to mostly cloudy through the later part of the day. And tomorrow looks like a repeat of today. I'll let you know if we have any rain in the forecast, and I do have some heat and humidity building back in. I'll have much more in just a few minutes. Doreen?
Chelsea, thank you. And our top story today, a jump off the Jaws Bridge turns deadly. One man killed. Authorities searching for a second after a late-night plunge from the popular spot on Martha's Vineyard. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Trigelis is in New Bedford to fill us in on the search.
A night on the water turned tragic after two men went missing after jumping off of the Jaws Bridge in Martha's Vineyard. Now, one of those men's bodies has been found dead by a dive team, but the other man is still missing.
Crazy, and the fact that there's two of them, I would imagine one maybe like hitting their head and falling, but two, that's scary.
The search for two missing men going throughout the morning Monday. Air and water units from Mass State Police searching the waters through the night and into the morning off Martha's Vineyard in search of the two men who went missing. This before a dive team found the body of one of the men at about 9 o'clock this morning.
Stuff like this can happen and it's very dangerous, and I think this is a sign to maybe follow the rules a bit more.
The Coast Guard says the swimmers went missing in Edgartown after jumping off the famous Jaws Bridge at just before midnight Sunday. The two men, described as young adults, jumped into the water from the bridge and never came back up.
I like bridge jumping in general, so it's pretty scary to think that someone would be, not only getting maybe injured, but also are now missing.
Those getting on and off the ferry Monday floored by the news of the search, but add they aren't shocked to hear about it, saying in their experience jumping off the bridge, it can be dangerous.
There's a pretty strong riptide that pulls you out. You normally have to swim pretty quick to the side. About 100 meters before the end of the waterway, I got ripped out all the way past that. That was pretty scary.
The search for that other missing swimmer is still ongoing at this time. Be sure to stick with us for all the latest that continues to come out of that search on ABC6.com. Reporting in New Bedford, Yanni Trigelis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. Also this noontime, developing news as police in Providence are still investigating after a man was shot in the head overnight. He is expected to survive, but neighbors are understandably shaken up. ABC6 News reporter Natalie Norrie joins us now with the latest on this case. Natalie?
Yeah, Doreen, that shooting happened early this morning at 12:30 a.m. at 17 Wayland Road, where a 32-year-old man was shot in the face in a backyard cookout in Providence. Now we have some footage from this morning. Here is the aftermath of the scene. About a dozen neighbors I spoke with telling me that they didn't want to show their faces on camera, but this neighborhood tends to be a dangerous place, and it's not surprising to them that shootings happen often around there. One person said that her children actually lives in the neighborhood, and she is never comfortable visiting them there. Now, Providence police tell me that this is an ongoing investigation, but that the man has been transported to Rhode Island Hospital and he is being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. But we will have more updates to come. Make sure you stick with us on air and online. That's ABC6.com for further updates. For now, reporting live in Providence, Natalie Norrie, ABC6 News.
Getting you ready to make your choice on the ballot this year. Today at 4, the 5 Democratic candidates for governor will meet on the debate stage, moderated by WPRO's Bill Bartholomew. Here's where the race currently stands. According to campaign finance reports, Governor McKee has raised the most money with over $1.2 million. But when it comes to polling data, he lags behind Secretary of State Nellie Gorbea. The Boston Globe's most recent poll has Gorbea in the lead with 24% of voters. Governor McKee sits at 20%, and Helena Bonanno Folks has 16%. 5% of voters are with former Secretary of State Matt Brown. And the Rhode Island primary is less than a month away now. So what will the next governor do to ensure the well-being of our youngest children? Well, Children's Friend and Right from the Start campaign teaming up with us here at ABC6 to ask the candidates about issues impacting our kids. I'll be there to moderate this event. It's coming up next Tuesday, August 23rd. If you would like to be a part of it in person or virtually, details to register are on our website. That's abc6.com. And the voter registration deadline for the primary election has passed, but here are some important dates to keep in mind. Mail ballot applications for the primary need to be sent in by August 23rd. Early voting begins August 24th. And for the general election, the registration deadline is October 9th. Mail ballot applications for the general need to be submitted by October 18th, and early voting will begin on the 19th. And some of today's other headlines: the Warwick City Council will vote on whether to put up license plate reading cameras around the city. The vote was initially scheduled for May, but was put on hold until today. The flock cameras take pictures of license plates, and police get an alert when a car from the national hot list passes through their city. Last month, Providence began a one-year trial run with these cameras, putting up 25 across the city. And staying in Warwick, tomorrow, Warwick PD officers will begin wearing body cameras during their patrols. The body cam pilot program will last 2 months and will then be expanded to all frontline patrol officers and field supervisors. The Warwick police chief says he believes the program is an important step towards strengthening police and community relationships. And today at Providence City Hall, Mayor Jorge Alorza giving an update on the Providence Guaranteed Income Program. The pilot program started late last year. 110 people selected to receive $500 a month. To qualify, applicants needed to make no more than 200% of the federal poverty level. Throughout the pilot program, the city's been gathering data from participants to see how they've been spending that money. 76% of them are women. 61% of those have children. Also in Providence today, Senators Jack Reed and Sheldon Whitehouse announced funding to replace lead pipes in the city. $3.3 million coming to Rhode Island thanks to the infrastructure bill passed by Congress earlier this year. That money will go toward replacing the lead pipes and hopefully improving Providence's drinking water. Providence Water says 11,000 customers have pipes made of lead. And in Massachusetts, Governor Charlie Baker is asking for patience as the state plans to shut down the MBTA's Orange Line. The unprecedented 30-day shutdown announced nearly 2 weeks ago, it starts Friday night. The move comes after a long list of safety incidents on the T, including a high-profile train fire on a bridge this summer where one person jumped into the water to escape. During this shutdown, shuttle buses will be available for riders. This will be the longest and biggest shutdown in T history. And Dartmouth police are asking for your help in identifying a masked suspect seen on camera trying to break into a home early Sunday morning. Officials say this happened at a home near Crapo Field around 3. If you know anything, you're asked to call Dartmouth police. Scarborough South State Beach in Narragansett is now closed on weekdays. The Department of Environmental Management says the beach will only open weekends for the last 3 weeks of the summer season, and all of its beach facilities will close the day after Labor Day. Officials say this early close is due to a shortage of workers at the beach, like lifeguards and rangers. Well, still to come here on ABC6 News at noon, the new tensions between the U.S. and China after a Massachusetts senator was part of a delegation visiting Taiwan. Plus, the former president's take on why documents seized at his Mar-a-Lago home should have been considered declassified already. Your national headlines today. Massachusetts Senator Ed Markey is in Taiwan, part of a U.S. congressional delegation. Today, they met with the president, who thanked them for their visit, and specifically Markey for helping secure COVID-19 vaccines late last year when the pandemic was at its worst on the island. Brittany Griner's legal team has filed an appeal against the basketball player's 9-year sentence in Russia. Griner was detained in February after vape cartridges were found in her luggage. Last month, she pled guilty to the drug charges against her, claiming to have accidentally packed the cartridges in her haste. The U.S. State Department has repeatedly said that Griner is being detained wrongfully. And there are new developments on the FBI's search of former President Trump's Florida home. ABC News learning that investigators are attempting to track down who arranged for and transported the classified documents from the White House that agents retrieved from Mar-a-Lago. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest.
A new bulletin issued by the Department of Homeland Security and the FBI warns of a, quote, increase in threats and acts of violence, including armed encounters against law enforcement. Those threats coming primarily online by individuals angry about the FBI's execution of a search warrant on former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. It was 1 week ago that FBI agents say they seized 27 boxes in total, including 11 sets of highly classified documents. Top law enforcement officials now trying to track down who has seen or handled the materials and whether any of the information was compromised.
The fact that it is now outside or has been outside of those really controlled environments, again, is pretty disturbing and shocking.
The investigation will likely include interviews with former Trump administration officials and even checks for fingerprints to figure out who had access to the documents. Trump is claiming he declassified the sensitive records without providing any evidence of that. In the warrant and list of items removed from Trump's home unsealed by a federal judge, some documents found were marked top secret SCI and could include information related to nuclear weapons, terrorism, or U.S. spies overseas.
That is among the highest designation in terms of the extremely grave damage to national security that could be done if it were disclosed.
Sources tell ABC in June, a Trump lawyer signed a statement telling federal prosecutors that all classified documents at Mar-a-Lago had been turned over. Despite that, many Republican lawmakers have rallied to Trump's defense, some calling on the DOJ to release more information, like Ohio's Mike Turner on CNN.
What did the Department of Justice and the FBI tell the judge that they were going to find, and what did they find?
Now back to that bulletin. The FBI says someone has even threatened to place a bomb in front of the FBI headquarters. They're now warning public officials against issuing any statements that incite violence. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Well, still to come here on ABC6 News at noon. We're going to check in with Chelsea for your full 7-day forecast. That's when we come back. You're watching ABC6 News at noon.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, a really nice day across southern New England once again today. We're seeing partly sunny conditions outside. At times you get some clouds coming through. At times you get bright sunshine, and that'll be the pattern for the rest of the day today. Our temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s range in most locations. 78 in Providence right now. 79 in Smithfield looking along the coastline. Temps are in the mid to upper 70s as well. 79 in New Bedford. 83 for Norwood right now, one of our warmer spots on the maps. The average high for this time of year is 83 degrees. We were slightly above that yesterday. Today we're going to hover just below that. But all in all, looking at some seasonable temperatures for the middle part of August. Our sunrise getting a little bit later, happening at 5:54 this morning, and our sunset getting earlier, happening at 7:46 this evening. Now, it's another really comfortable day. Even as the breeze starts to come in from the east to the southeast, we still have some nice dew points in place. Dew points for most of us are still in the 50s range, which leaves us with a comfortable feel to the air, especially when you consider that it is August and you typically expect it to be warm and humid this time of year. The dew points are slightly higher out over the Vineyard, out over Nantucket, but overall low 60s is still really comfortable. And what we're looking at as we look at our muggy factor in the coming days, there's a little bit of an increase, but all in all, we're looking at relatively comfortable air staying in place for at least the next couple of days. And then as we head into the later part of the week and into the weekend, that muggy factor does start to climb, and that climbs along with some temperatures. Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, we're looking at temperatures only around 80 degrees, even on the cool side of things on Wednesday with temperatures only in the 70s. But from there, the temperatures do start to climb in the mid to upper 80s as we head through Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So warm, muggy air building back in. Now, what we do need here in southern New England desperately is some rain. We're dealing with extreme drought conditions across much of the area, severe otherwise. What you're looking at are some clouds rolling in today. There's rain just to our south, but it doesn't quite clip us. It continues to move off to the east, just far enough away that we don't get much rain in our area as we head through today. As we head into tomorrow, perhaps on Wednesday, we can get some scattered showers here in southern New England, but it's nothing significant and certainly not enough rain to put a dent in our drought monitor. Now, what we're looking at as we head through the rest of the day today, some clouds out there this afternoon, otherwise partly sunny conditions. Overnight will be partly cloudy, another cool and comfortable night expected. Tomorrow, similar to today, mix of sun and clouds. Some clouds thicken up a bit as we head through tomorrow evening, and overnight you can see some spotty showers developing as there's a low sitting just offshore. Now, the spots that have the best chance of seeing some rain overnight tomorrow and into Wednesday morning, the areas farther to the east, so through southeastern Mass. The farther west you go, you're away from that low system, you're less likely to see rain showers. Some spotty showers continuing into Wednesday morning. From there, though, we start to dry out, and again, we start to warm up. The tropics are quiet. There's one area, and that has a 10% chance of development. That's down to the far south and east of Bermuda. Things are quiet out there with a big high pressure system in control. The quiet weather continues here in southern New England. Low 80s today. Down at the coastline, mid to upper 70s. UV index is high, but the rip current risk is low. Tonight will be partly cloudy, cool, and comfortable, and we head into tomorrow. You're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, still staying relatively comfortable with temperatures around 80 degrees. 7-day forecast shows temps in the 70s. On Wednesday, from there, heat and humidity will build. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. Still to come here at noon. Falling prices, gas getting more affordable, but still much higher than a year ago. And going out to the movies is getting trendy again. The theaters come back when we return. Back now with your consumer news and a bit of relief for drivers. The average price of a gallon of gas in the U.S. fell 45 cents over the past 3 weeks to $4.10 a gallon. Analysts with the Lundberg survey say the continued decline comes as the cost of crude oil also remains low. Still, the average price is 85 cents higher than a year ago. Americans are spending money this summer. Hotel chains, cruise lines, and theme parks all reporting strong numbers. Analysts say Americans are boosting their vacation budgets and taking trips they put off since the start of the pandemic. And movie theaters are making a comeback. Summer blockbusters like Top Gun Maverick helping with the revival. With a stall in streaming growth and more Americans leaving their homes, studio execs are hoping this trend continues. Well, your iPhone could soon come with a new addition, more ads. Bloomberg is reporting that Apple plans to add more ads to the apps that come pre-installed on iPhones and iPads. The tech giant reportedly recently tested ads in Apple Maps and could add them to podcasts and books. YouTube is reportedly planning to launch an online store as early as this fall, where users can subscribe to a variety of streaming services. More companies are open to the idea of bundling. The Wall Street Journal says YouTube is currently in talks with a number of potential partners. And DoorDash appears to be expanding. Reports say the service is joining with Facebook to deliver marketplace items. The range would reportedly be up to 15 miles, and the items would be limited to those small enough to fit in your car trunk. Well, still to come here on the news at noon, time to take a break from your fast-paced life. We have details on National Relaxation Day. Plus, Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast when we come back. Well, if you have a favorite way to relax, today might just be the perfect day to do it. It is National Relaxation Day, the annual day to focus on yourself. Whether work, family, or other commitments keep our lives busy, be sure to take some time away to reduce your stress. The idea for the day is credited to a fourth grader in 1985. So I like it. A fourth grader decided we all needed to relax.
On summer break.
Right, exactly. Fourth grade is stressful. I'm sure my daughter tells me it's going to be.
Before school starts, the fourth grader came up with the day of relaxation.
You know, I'm sure they needed
maybe
it.
Just getting prepped for the school year, counting down. We still have plenty of summer ahead of us. We're looking at a nice day out there today. It's comfortable, seasonable, low 80s both today and tomorrow. We have a few showers on a Wednesday morning, and then heat and humidity build back in for the end of the week and into the weekend.
Oh, let's hope those showers really hit us on Wednesday. We're hoping, right?
Not enough.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Right. It won't be. Right. Thanks, Chelsea. Thank you. And thank you for joining us for the news at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great day, everybody.